waxtu waaye ticket bi yomb ba dee ñetti téeméer di $300 rek la jële ba nee na bés bi nag dafa am ñu ma invite su may mbokki artiste nag laa oo ci bés bi kan la Viviane Chidid ma ca Sénégal di woy mu neex mu tofal ci kan Balla Gaye 2 mi bëri te safoo ñëpp safoo ko ñoom la oo ci bés bi réewi Gambie jóg leen jële ba ko yaate ànd ak Kumare Ban cey lii neex ba dee ci 2014 bi.
Welcome back. Gabon's ruling PDG party is celebrating another landslide victory in local government elections. Despite that huge win across the country, the PDG struggled to extend its popularity to the capital city, where the ruling party is looking at forging alliances with rival parties. We have more in this report.
Nothing short of spectacular. President Ali Bongo's party took 1,517 seats out of a total of 2,404. PDG's victory in Libreville was less secure. The party would have to forge alliances. Former Prime Minister and opposition leader Jean Yegedon, who is running for mayor of the city, says that he is open to dialogue.
Si l'occasion est donnée,
if the possibility of a meeting arises, I think it should be in a spirit that corresponds to a noble vision. It should be a shared ambition to run Libreville in a noble manner and in the interests of its residents. If that is the case, then we must talk to one another.
The PDG responded by saying that the door was open, but on one condition.
We are ready to cooperate with anyone as long as they are in agreement with the policies of our party, that is to say, those sponsored by the President.
Residents in Libreville say they are happy with the outcome of the elections, which took place without violence.
It's the calm that we wanted, the peace that we wanted. Things went as they should have. Congratulations to both the winners and the losers who accepted defeat.
Municipal elections were seen as a litmus test for the presidential elections in 2016, in which President Ali Bongo is expected to stand.
Mikhail Khodorkovsky, the former head of the Yukos group and a staunch critic of Vladimir Putin, has spent his first night of freedom in Germany. Mr. Khodorkovsky was released after being pardoned by the Russian president, and the Uganda parliament has passed a bill meant to toughen punishment for homosexuality. The anti-homosexuality law allows for punishment of life imprisonment for homosexual acts. We have more on those stories and others in this news roundup.
Khodorkovsky, the Russian ex-tycoon and unrelenting critic of Russian President Vladimir Putin, has been released from prison. He left Russia for Germany and spent his first night of freedom in Berlin. Once Russia's richest man, Mikhail Khodorkovsky, was convicted of embezzlement and money laundering. A French medical team has begun the first human trial of a prototype artificial heart. The implant operation took place Wednesday at the Georges Pompidou Hospital in Paris, and the patient is doing well. If trials are successful, artificial hearts will offer a solution to shortages of organs for transplants. Tens of thousands of people die each year because of a lack of a donor. In Spain, the Conservative government has approved legislation to tighten laws on abortion. A draft bill aims to replace the current legislation that allows a woman to have an abortion without restrictions until 14 weeks of pregnancy. A group of pro-choice campaigners are opposing the move. If the bill passes, abortion will be allowed only in cases of rape or threat to the mother's health. Uganda's parliament has passed a bill to toughen punishment for homosexuality. The law punishes some homosexual acts with sentences to life imprisonment. The anti-homosexuality bill also makes it a crime not to report gay people. The Prime Minister opposed the vote, saying that not enough MPs were present.
Well, we now take our second break. We'll be right back. Welcome back. And in sports, with less than 6 months to go before the World Cup in Brazil, organizers are hopeful of completing construction work at one of the main venues at the Mono Stadium. Work stopped there after a series of accidents claimed the lives of 3 people. There are increasing fears that the delay will affect preparations ahead of the Global Showpiece event. We have details in this report.
Construction of the Manaus Stadium for the 2014 World Cup remains on hold while Brazilian authorities investigate the death of a worker last weekend who fell 35 meters while working on a part of the roof. They don't wear safety belts. Sometimes the foreman threatens them and orders them back to work. On November 27th, a crane collapsed on the stadium, killing 2 construction workers. Companies are subject to a fine of up to $45 million per day if they are in violation of security regulations.
I think it's always safety first. I mean, I said that earlier. There's never been a discussion to compromise on safety and to compromise on human rights. It's always quite a focus, and you can see the dedication on FIFA's side.
With only 6 months to go before the Cup gets underway, work on the stadium is far from complete. The World Cup will be held from June 12th to July 13th in 12 cities across Brazil. As far as the deadline is concerned, the court said that it could not allow work to resume while workers' lives were in jeopardy. Work on 5 stadiums should be completed in January. Construction is going on round the clock. There is no pressure on the workers, either from Corinthians or the construction company. We're not worried about the timetable. We have enough time to finish the work. Since Brazil began preparations for the Cup, 5 construction workers have been killed.
And from sports there, we now take a look at the weather report, courtesy of the Central Forecaster Office.
What the River Gambia stands for. Understanding its sustainability in all aspects of life is easily confirmed. The River Gambia provides nutritious delicacies as food, while it provides its wildlife a balanced ecosystem. This river, as a sanctuary, is committed to its inhabitants' needs without ceasing. And as you travel along, all these values are replicated in one company, Elton, just like the River Gambia, leads in its commitment to values that matter most. Elton, championing the vision for a new generation.
Good evening, wonderful viewers. Welcome to the Weather News. I'm your presenter, Hadinjai. First, we take a look at the weather conditions over the past 24 hours, followed by what is expected to prevail for the next 24 hours. We experience a partly cloudy, warm and humid atmosphere. Satellite picture indicates convective activities over the southern sector of Africa, whilst elsewhere indicates stable conditions. Tonight's forecast, a partly cloudy and cool atmosphere is expected to prevail over coastal areas, becoming cooler over inland areas. Similar conditions are expected to prevail until tomorrow morning, becoming warm and sunny in the afternoon. Winds will be northeasterlies in direction, and the speed will be about 10 to 20 kilometers per hour. Morning temperatures will be 19 degrees over the Greater Banjul area, 18 degrees over West Coast, 17 over North Bank, Lower River and Central River, whilst Upper River record 15 degrees Celsius. Afternoon temperatures will be 30 degrees over the Greater Banjul area, 33 over North Bank and West Coast, 34 degrees over Lower River Central, whilst Upper River record 35 degrees Celsius. Low tides will be 0.4 meter at 6:45 a.m. and also at 6:42 p.m. High tides will be 1.7 meters at 12:30 a.m. and 1.4 meter at 12:48 p.m. The sun will rise at 7:23.